The next thing I want to take a look at is the notebook. Now, the notebook provides a personal workspace for your students within each team, and also offers a collaboration space as well. Now, I'm going to show you two different things. I'm going to show you how to set up a notebook if you haven't already, within a new team, and then also take a look at a notebook that I've already got established, to see how that's working out as well. So if I go into my class one again, I've then got this class notebook. Now, just to note, each notebook in each different team is called something different. So in a class team, it's called a class notebook. In your personal learning community team, it's called a PLC notebook, and so on and so forth. But they do the same thing. So here you can see I haven't yet set up a notebook in my test team. So if you're in the same situation, you'll be able to see how that works. So I'm going to set that up. Now, I can set up a blank notebook, or if I've already got one that's maybe got a lot of files already uploaded into it, different tasks, for example, I've given to students, then I can upload from a one that's already in an existing team. But for today, we'll just go blank. Now, as you can see here, and this is a really great part, it lets you know what different things you can do with the notebook. So in the collaboration space, both teachers and students can edit it. Within the content library, you can publish course materials, students can view and teachers can edit. And within the student notebooks, it's a private space for each student. Teachers can go in and edit the content. Students can edit their own, but they can't view anybody else's notebook. So they can do work online through the class notebook, and nobody else will get to see that and edit that apart from yourself. Okay, so if I go to next and create, we should then have my class notebook any minute. There we go, and that's set up there. So what I need to press is this little tab here. Let me come off that and show you that again. So if I go into class notebook, and I have this little arrow here, okay, this little arrow for a navigation panel. So I can then, I've already set up an unlisted page, I can type something into here. I've got my collaboration space that I might want to add something into there as well. All I would do is add a page, which I've got at the bottom. So task 1 as an example. I might already have something that I'd like to upload, which I can do via the content library. Alright, let's try this. There we go. So I'll just show you what I did there. So I was in the content library, I went into a space that I've created. There we go, and I can upload my file that way as an attachment, or a PDF, whichever. So I can add things to that as well. So several different places that you can keep documents for students to use. What I quite like is that there's always like a little blurb about what part of the notebook you're in and how it can help. So you've got a content library one, you have one for, she says, there we go, the collaboration space as well. So yeah, again, it's quite easy to set up a class notebook. Let's take a look at a notebook that's already up and running. We'll go into this one here and into this class notebook. Okay, so as you can see, from a teacher point of view, you have all of your students there. They can see theirs, and they can see the collaboration space, and they can see the content library, but they can't see each other's. Okay, and just to use this as an example here, so I'd set a piece of free writing, and the student has been able to complete that, and I've already had a bit of a test. Obviously this is not what feedback should look like, but just as an example of how you can then respond to that via that class notebook. The collaboration space, an example of that in use. There we go. So I set a little task about social media influencers. we did only have one person here responding again, but again, just like the private area, you can then respond to that. What I really like about this actually is if you were to offer feedback, this is the case in each section within the class notebook, you have this option to dictate. So if you didn't want to type everything out a million times, let's just have a go at this. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. There you go. And that has created that, that text for me there. So, class notebook, or any notebook for that matter, is quite simple to use. It's just a case of having a good play about with it, uploading the documents that you want in there, and it kind of is almost best friends, so to speak, with the files section, but offers your students a place of their own that they can add their own work.